of respect to the divinity in each one of you. The Honorable Mayor, Mr. Jim Donges, the Honorable Congressman Paul Holt, and Senator Betty Lashley, and Sri Rupendra Chivukula, and Sri Lata Mangalpudi, and Sister Paula, and to the rest of the dignitaries. I vote you all with my whole heart. Respect from India, from the Indian people. When I heard Sri Lata Mangalpudi talk about the Indian values, it reminded me of an incident of my mother when I was a kid, of around 9-year-old. I used to see my mother every evening. She used to switch on the lights and she used to silently pray for a few seconds. After watching her a few times and a few days, I asked my mother, Amma, which God are you praying? She said, Thomas Alva Edison. And she said, if Thomas Alva Edison wouldn't have invented the light bulb, this world would have been still in darkness. That's why I would like to thank him every day. This is the value an average Indian mother teaches to her kids. That's why, no matter where Indians go, they take these values to the host country and they give best to the society which hosts them. So because of this, one of these is reading a book about Mr. Nani Parkiwala. In the 70s, he was the Indian ambassador who used to work in New York. So he said, each and every management whom he used to go and meet, they used to tell how Indians are so good and how well they contribute to the American society. And they were profusely there to thank him for the greatest human resources India has developed for the world and for the America. And for me, I was never interested in politics. For me, I was always interested the way how society functions, right from my childhood. Though I was not highly educated, I was a school dropout, but I had never stopped learning. Still, I'm a student. I still keep learning. I still keep studying. Right from my childhood, I never aspired to be an actor, and I never liked acting. Always I wanted to know how the society functions. So for me, the politics, being in politics is a natural progression to me. But from being in cinema, as an actor, it is very difficult for me to dance with heroines and to say some kind of dialogue. I feel very awkward to say that in reality. But you tell me to fight for the people, for the problems people face in real life, I feel very alive. I will feel good about it. I never had any risk. So for me, I want the happiness of other men, my fellow men, my countrymen, people who are surrounded around me. I want their happiness first. For me, that is the value of India, where the deep-rooted value of India, the traditional value of India, the values of Vedas, that's what they teach us. But as time goes by, the values will be corroded, will get corrupted because of a few selfish individuals. Do we keep quiet? Do we have to finally, without even saying a word, Do we have to confine to our fears, or do we have to break the barriers of our fear and be courageous and confront whoever is corroding the society and whoever is dividing the society? For me, that kind of attitude, the prevailing attitude in our contemporary political situation, in our contemporary politicians, made me, it created deep resentment in me. I kept quiet for so many years, right from my childhood. I know as a kid, always there was a big, great angst and pain in me. But after some time, after becoming an actor, I was successful, I was good, but I never felt the comfort in me. I could never feel the adoration and love you showered on me. I never felt good. For me, you give me so much of love, you give me so much of adoration. Mere doing influence, mere entertaining you was not satisfying me. So unless I come out and address the issues that people are facing, then only I felt some kind of relief. For me, the reason to establish Janasena, I said it is meant people's army. This army doesn't have guns, but it has the courageous heart as a weapon. That's it. There's a saying in Telugu, it's called Dhairya Sahas Lakshmi. It means when you have the courage, everything follows. Even the wealth follows. Prosperity follows. But if you lose courage, you lose everything. That's why always I prefer to have courage than wealth. I'm okay to lose wealth, I'm okay to lose money. But I prefer to have courage in each and every cell of my body. And I want you, that what do we Indians lack? When we talk about India, I feel great pride. I take humongous pride in being an Indian. That's the reason in all my films, I used to put some kind of the nationality, the nationalism, as a part of my, instead of dancing with the girls and heroines, I prefer to do songs on nationalism because sometimes our freedom we have achieved, we take it for granted. But do we know how much blood and how much lives have been sacrificed for the freedom we are enjoying today? I want to remind everyone to at what cost we have the freedom and how we are enjoying it by whose cost. There are lives, millions of lives had been sacrificed for the future generations, and those were the leaders. We have to remind them and we have to be grateful to them. For that reason, I never lost the commitment and the madness to love my country. I had never lost it. That's the reason you used to see in the form of songs, in the first, especially in the beginning of the film, I used to do that kind of songs. Just to tell you, we should never lose the respect and the value and the commitment and the love for our nation and for our society and for our country. That's the reason I used to do it. I want to tell you, cultural diversity. India is a unity in diversity. That's what we say. That's the main country slogan, unity in diversity. We feel geographically India feels as one, but still culturally we have to still integrate. Still the integration is yet to happen. When I established Janasena, the reason was not state separation. For me, forming one more state is not going to give any difference in my life. But what I'm scared is, because of the complacent attitude of our contemporary politicians, when it is damaging the society, it gives me a lot of mad pain. For example, if you keep on an issue If there is a small problem, if you delay it, it becomes a crisis. If the crisis cannot be handled, it becomes a disaster. The contemporary Indian political system or situation of people, they don't know, they don't address the issue when it's at a problematic level. Unless it becomes a crisis, unless it becomes a disaster, they won't address it. I hated that attitude in our political class. For me, it's nice, it's a comfortable life to be as an actor. I make millions. And I make crores of money. I pay crores of taxes. But for me, it is very painful to see people in suffering. We say that we have a great development in our country. True, there's great development. But at the cost of whom? To whom it is reaching? It is reaching to only a certain particular people and particular classes. But then what are the rest of the people? Who's going to talk about them? Who's going to talk on their behalf? If I'm very comfortable, I have a lot of friends, I don't have to antagonize anyone. If I'm really keep my mouth shut, I would have enjoyed a lot of privileges. But in spite of that, I would like to walk out, I would like to go against wherever the injustice is happening. I would like to address that. I would like to stand by the people who are the victims. So for me, when I had seen the divisiveness in our country, Nani Palkiwala, who is my great role model, who worked as the ambassador of India in 70s America, ambassador for India. For me, he says, India is a collection of communities. There are Maharashtrians, there are Andhras, there are Telangana, there are Tamils, Kashmiris, there are Hindi, non-Hindi, but there is no Indian. The Indian is missing in India. For me, that is such a profound statement. And still the divisiveness is becoming a caste. We are a selection of castes. We are vertically divided too many times. India's disease is divisiveness. Somewhere we have to stop the madness of this divisiveness. Somewhere we have to feel that we are one. We belong to one nation. Unless we feel as one, we act as one, we cannot attain the goals intended for the greatness of our nation. So Swami Sri Aurobindo says, India is the Godhead. India can be the leading light for the rest of the nations of their spiritual strength. Unless we all become one as a nation, we can have our differences. That's what I keep telling my friends. I said we can speak different languages, we can have different value systems. But somewhere deep down, all of us should feel that we need each other to survive. Unless we don't feel the affinity, we don't feel the brotherhood, we can't contain ourselves as one single unit called India. The reason why I established Janasena, it's okay to the state to get separated. My anger on the political class and the contemporary politicians was, when the issue was around 30 years back, the result is the mistakes consistently done by the politicians of generations. I mean, say, like every 5 years, like the government changes, but the legacy continued of complacent attitude was continued. The result, who we are paying it. The mistakes done by elders, will be paying the mistake. We'll be paying for their mistakes. And why should a mistake done by a yesteryear politician, why I have to face the problem? Why I have to face the brunt? That was my anger. And no one talks about it. Everyone is in a blaming business. A guy is like this, his Andhras are like that, his Telugu or Telangana is like this. For me, the issue is not about Telangana or Andhra or some other region or sub-region. The issue is, if all the lawmakers The political executives, if they would have done their job, if they would have addressed the issues at a problematic level, we wouldn't have achieved, we wouldn't have gone towards the disastrous side. That's the reason I came into politics to address this disease called divisiveness in India. Because it is going to hurt the integrity of our nation. And today we feel everyone goes to Gandhiji. We talk great about Gandhiji. To, in reality, how much we are practicing the values which they taught us. We don't follow them. It's okay. We garland it. We bow to them, we respect them. In reality, we never practice it. At the same time, Ambedkar, we like to say that we need a casteless society. Everyone feels they show that we respect Ambedkar. In reality, they don't practice it. For me, I prefer to be a man of action than a man of words. Because empty words it's not backed by actions, doesn't reach anywhere. It's a mere empty rhetoric. Just now, my friend Shahid was saying that she said something that I had given money back. The reason people who backed us, who are the stakeholders of our business, if we don't stand by them, who else is going to stand by? I don't want to be a selfish guy. Okay, I made my job, I did my job, I made some money, I'm going to go back home. But I can't sleep like that. I feel guilty. I want, as Sri Lata Manipuri says, as you migrated to America, I want you, and this is what I believe in, we can't behave as an exclusive society. We have to somewhere bring our core values. We should confine, we should keep it with us. At the same time, we have to integrate with the whole society. And we should integrate, and also we should participate. If we don't participate, what happens is, it creates some kind of animosity. And always these guys work and they take away and they're not becoming a part, they're not contributing anything. That creates some kind of animosity. That's the reason all of us, somehow we should participate in the host country wherever we are. It could be US or it could be any other country of Europe. Somewhere we have to contribute back. Unless we don't contribute back, it is going to create some kind of a situation of animosity which is not good for anyone. And I'm sorry, I'm not prepared. I'm just saying, I'm talking to you. And for me, when I started Jana Sena, my pain is only one. One thing is, I used to go to, when Mr. Chiranjeevi, who was and before that, before coming establishing Jana Sena, I started a NGO organization called the Common Protection Force. It's called CP. Why I did that is, there is so much injustice, so much of injustice. I could see everywhere I go, there's mad injustice. Though I was acting, I used to see pain. I used to see pain all over. Even if I shoot somewhere, someone or the other, they come to me, they come for my help, or sometimes incidents do happen like this, where they put their sick child on my lap and tell them, Mama, can you do something for this? My child is sick, we don't know where to go. And they are very poor people. They can't afford any kind of good medication, good medical facilities. But I see there on one side, India, my pain is, at a personal level, I can help few people, 2 or 3. I can go on, I can spend my entire money. But that's not going to solve the nation's problems. For me, politics is a holy job. Everyone says politics is a dirty job. For me, politics is a very holy and holy job. Always the Constitution of America, the Constitution of India, they are the most noble things. They are the most noble books. With the noble intent, it was written. It is not the constitution failed, it is the people to keep up the constitution they failed. It is not the constitution, it is not the fault of the constitution. For me, I felt this way. Well, each one of us, if we don't contribute in our own nice way manner, whatever way, whichever way. For me, I thought, being an actor, what can I do? It's easy to say, in 2.5 hours, I can talk a lot. I can fight with the bad guys, I can solve the issues, I can go back home, and I can sleep. It's a comfortable thing for me. But I question myself, to come into real life and face the real issues is a real challenge. The only way I realized is come into politics. Politics didn't come to me after I became an actor. Ever since I was a kid, I never knew it was called politics, but I always thought, how could we address the problem? For every issue I used to face, I used to go to the core. Where is the root cause? What exactly is the root cause? For me, always I used to touch the root cause. For me, the answer used to lie in politics. Unless the political body, the decision-making body, unless they address it, it trickles down, and only you can transform the society. The Indian society, we say, Yatha Raja and Tata Praja. As the ruler, so the people. We take the attitude of our rulers, people take the attitude of our rulers. Imagine when we were fighting for our freedom from British, there used to be a galaxy of politicians, galaxy of leaders who used to inspire us. They were selfless, they were brave, and they used to go to any extreme for the love of our nation. But after 30-40 years, today, every politician, at least most of them, not that I'm not denying that, people are not, they are there, but the percentage has become minimal. They have become a minority. So look at them, everyone has become a self-serving. Max is there to go to the party, they used to work for their party, their interest is to promote their party, not the interest of the people. So what is the damage it is doing? Imagine today, we have such a fantastic growth, economic growth. India is growing irrespective of all the failures, irrespective of all the complacent attitude of our politicians and politics. But still, the country is growing. It is because the individuals are damn good in our country. The individuals are powerful. The individuals are courageous. The individuals have integrity. But when we fail as a nation, because we remain as a collection of individuals, not as one India. That's the problem. That's what we have to address. And I request you, see politics. I want you to come out of your comfort zones. That does not mean you have to come out onto the roads and you have to do a protest. No, it's not necessarily to be that. Even sitting in your drawing room, sharing one good thought with your friend of yours, your family members. And I want you to talk about India is getting crippled by these things. For me, India is one. People say that I belong to one caste, people say that I belong to one region, people say I belong to one religion. For me, either a Hindu or a Muslim or a Christian or a Sikh, anyone, they feel the same to me. Because we feel with the same blood, same humanity. For me, America is the greatest inspiration. The American founding fathers of America. They're the greatest inspiration for me. Abraham Lincoln, George Washington. For me, I'm a man, a lover of Henry David Thoreau. Because for me, the big thing was I used to experiment what he said in Walden Pond, completely cutting off and living in the most frugal means. I used to do that after, especially after the film Johnny. For 1 year, it disappeared. And I was trying to live like Henry David Thoreau, but I felt it was quite expensive for me. Because I have to sit in my farm, not doing my any business, not working, and it costed me 1 crore of rupees to live like 100 years old. So that, but what I feel is we have to be practical. How much we can do. I don't want to impose, even in every press interview I say, I'm quite idealistic for myself. And also I accept my own imperfections. And I want the same thing to be applied to each one of you. That is not communism in a no such thing as communism. Because I tell you, my friends, my brothers and sisters, I tell you, I love you. We have enough isms. Isms are destroying the nation. We need just one ism, it's called humanism. For me, I'm worried about, imagine India as one community. Then a collection of Telugu, a collection of Tamils or Maharashtrians. If India behaves as one community, as one nation, even in America, it is going to do a great benefit for the Indians as expatriates and also for the host country, America. In that way, both will get benefited. Unless we divide ourselves, it is only a showing of weakness and nothing else. And I want you to look at politics. I want you to establish, I want you to be good for this nation called America. And I want you to, how much ever you contribute back to the country we came from, in your own way. Maybe it could be a kind word. At least a healing word is enough. One healing word makes all the difference. And I want you to heal the country which is being divided consistently. The verticals are increasing every day. It could be a caste, it could be a different caste within Andhra Pradesh and Telangana. We call it as a Kaupu or a non-Kama, Reddy. This is all, you know what happens? I want you to go beyond this caste. When we come back when we go to America, we can't see the difference. I don't understand this caste. Unless we feel as one, we go beyond this caste. I'm telling you, it is very humiliating and demeaning for me to tell my kids that you are a caste. I hate that attitude. How can you differentiate? You tell me today, a man who doesn't know anything about me, if they tell me, what is man's caste? What is the point? How can you make it unless someone says it? It is just a feeling. Caste is just a feeling. Nothing is going to change. Caste is going to, for me, the other day they were telling me that you have a caste feeling. I said, I don't even have a family feeling. Forget about caste. The reason is, I want the best for our country, for our people, and for our communities. That's the reason. For me, I don't get into that kind of low-level thinking called caste. If someone does it, I can understand. I don't find fault with it. But when I request them, I want you to go beyond that. I want you to go above that. When I needed money, simply, for example, for me, I'll give you an example. If you go to the cinema, as long as the cinema is entertaining you, you don't see who's performing there. Whether you belong to your family, it could be a caste, it could be a region, religion, doesn't mean it's irrelevant. But when you're able to enjoy who is performing there, the performance of the outcome of the film, there's a need for you to think of who this man is. Suddenly, why would we get that extra age? There's no need for it. I want you to go beyond this. Because this is what is going to divide. Unless we correct our thought process, unless we correct ourselves, we will be always weak as a nation. Because unless I want the state of Telangana and the state of Andhra Pradesh should be the shining examples in entire India. And we have the ability, my friends, we have the strength. I want to say, I believe in this adversity reveals true character. We have great adverse conditions. And we should take them as challenges. We have to confront them. We have to show strength. And that's why I would request you all to be the shining light, to be the leading examples in the entire country, to show the solidarity of Indianness, then the being a divisive, showing the divisive attitude in the form of a caste, in the form of a religion, in the form of a religion. I want you to be collectively as one India and one India and one. For me, the words of Kennedy, ask not what country has done to you, ask what can you do for the country. For me, those simple words, the most powerful words, shape my thinking. And Martin Luther King Jr., who led the civil rights movement, is a great inspiration for me. Always, every day, I read their lines, I read their books. And I want you to understand the culture, where you are, if you stay in the US, I want you to know the founding fathers and the people who fought for civil rights, and I want to know the hardships. Unless we know the hardships of our founding fathers, we don't know the value of a freedom, what we are achieving today, what we are enjoying today. I want you to know that in that way, we can never trivialize, we can never go into the narrow-minded thinking called divisiveness. I want you to really, if I ask the young friends of mine, my brothers and sisters, this is what I can tell you. I want you to go back and read about each and every individual who fought to have a good society around them. Read their biographies. They really help you and they really shape your thinking. And I want, through Janasena, what I would like to do for me is to empower women. And India really suffers when it comes to women. The basic personal hygiene for a growing girl is missing in our country. And there's so many issues when it comes to education. There are no good. Everyone says, even we are having a conversation today morning. And we say we have a great demographic dividend. We're talking about between the 19 to the 28, the age is, we have great people, great percentage of youth is there. But unless we channelize them as a powerful and potent energy, which we could channelize for the betterment of our society, it is going to be a devastating situation than a dividend. That's what we have to understand. That's the reason I want you to guide people around you. First, I want you to educate yourself. Education is not about degrees. Education is not about scientific achievement. It's also about human angle to it. Unless we feel what is the right humanness is missing in our country. Educate yourself in humanity, which is very essential for anything to survive. That's all I would like to say. My last word to you, I thank you for the mayor for the recognition you have given me, and also Sri Upendra Shivkumar. Thank you, sir. Thank you for what you have given me, the recognition. And to Sri Paul Host, we had a great conversation. I was conversing with him, I had lunch with him. And your inspiration is contagious, sir. You're inspiring. And it's very contagious. I request you one day. I want you to come to India and please guide us how to look at the society. And Indian society needs your guidance. And from the behalf of Janasena, I would like to welcome you to India and please guide us. Give us your experience and wisdom to make a better society. Thank you.
ఫార్మర్స్ ఎందుకంటే రైతు ఎందుకు చావాలి అసలు సార్ రైతు ఎందుకు చావాలి వాళ్ళు ఏం చేయట్లేదు కదా సార్ దేశాలు
Sir, I would like to take your permission. I'd like to speak to them in my mother. ముందుగా తెలుగులో నేను చెప్పదలుచుకున్నదంటే ఇందాక మీ అందరినీ చూశాను. ప్రతి ఒక్కరు నాకు దగ్గరికి వచ్చి మిమ్మల్ని కౌగులించుకొని థ్యాంక్స్ చెప్పాను. ప్రతి షేక్ హ్యాండ్స్ ప్రతి ఒక్కరికి నేను చెప్పుకోవాలి దయచేసి నాకు అది మనసులో ఉంది. అది ఎంతవరకు సాధ్యపడుతుందో నాకు తెలియదు కానీ బట్ నా మనసులో ఉంది. దయచేసి ప్రతి ఒక్కరికి పేరు పేరున నాకు మనస్ఫూర్తి మీ అందరికీ నాకు తెలియజేస్తాను. ఇది ఎందుకు వస్తున్నప్పుడు కాలు వస్తున్నప్పుడు ఎవరు ఒకరు వచ్చింది చాలా ప్రేమ అనిపించింది. నేను ఎందుకు దీన్ని పట్టుకున్నానంటే ఇది ఒక సామాన్యుడి సింబల్. సింబల్ కాదు, శ్రామికుడి సింబల్, కష్టపడే సింబల్. దీనికి మతం లేదు, కులం లేదు, ప్రాంతం ఇది అందరూ వేసుకున్నారు. ఇది భారతదేశం, ఇది భారతీయ సింబల్, ఇది భారతీయ గుర్తు, సామాన్యుడికి గుర్తు, కష్టపడేవాడికి గుర్తు. అందుకని నేను దీన్ని ఏదో నాకు ఇష్టపడేసి సినిమా కోసం ఒక ట్రెండ్ కోసం కాస్టింగ్ కోసం ఇష్టం. అందుకే కాటన్ గారు గ్రీన్ వేసుకున్నాను. అవుతున్నాను రాజకీయాలు కావాలని రాజకీయాలు తెలుసుకుని తీసుకున్నాం. ఇక్కడ వచ్చి రిస్క్ చేయడం లేదు అని మీకు తెలుసో లేదు. రాజకీయాలకు నేను వచ్చినప్పుడు సిపిఎఫ్ లాంటి పెట్టినప్పుడు ఎంతమంది ఎన్ని రకాలుగా బయట పెట్టారని నేను చంపేస్తాను. నిజంగా అలాగే లెటర్స్ వచ్చాయి. అంటే నన్ను తిరుగుతా లెటర్స్ వచ్చాయి, బూతులు తిరుగుతా లెటర్స్ వచ్చాయి. ఏంటో మేమనుకుంటున్నాను దానికి భయపడుతున్నాను. నాకు జాగ్రత్త ఉంటుంది, భయం ఉంది. జాగ్రత్త ఆక్సిజన్ మాట్లాడుతున్నాను. ఒకటి ప్రసాద్ ఆలోచిస్తాను కానీ నేను ఒక నిర్ణయం తీసుకున్నప్పుడు ఎలాంటి పరిస్థితి ఎదురైనా సరే కాకపోతే రోజు చావడం కంటే ఒకరోజు చావడం మంచిది కదా అనుకుంటున్నాను. అందుకే నాకు భయం. మీరు నన్ను సినిమాలో డైలాగ్ చెప్పన్నారు. సినిమాలో చెప్పడం ఇస్తున్నప్పుడు విజయంలో చెప్పడం ఇస్తుంది. దాన్ని అది గుర్తించవలసిందిగా నేను కోరుకుంటున్నాను. నిజ జీవితంలో నా సినిమాను గౌరవిస్తాను కానీ యాక్చువల్లీ సినిమా ఆపడానికి నేను చెప్తాను. ఇంకా నేను వచ్చి సినిమాను ఒక 7 సినిమాలు చేస్తే రిటైర్ అయిపోతాను అనుకున్నాను. అంటే జానీ గారి సక్సెస్ అయ్యంటే నేను సినిమా వదిలేసేవాడిని. కానీ నాకు నిజ జీవితంలో ఉన్న సమస్యలు సినిమాల్లో కానీ నాకు పర్సనల్గా నాకు సంతోషం ఉండేది కదా, నాకు బ్రేక్ వైరాగ్యంతో ఉన్నాను సినిమాలు చేస్తున్నాను. అందుకే నాకు సినిమాలు అనేది నాకు ఎప్పుడు ఒక ఆనందం ఇవ్వలేదు. కానీ సినిమాల ద్వారా ప్రజా సమస్యలను ముందుకు తీసుకెళ్ళిపోతాను. సినిమాల ద్వారా వచ్చిన ఇమేజ్ నేను ప్రజల సమస్యలు వాడటం అనేది నాకు నిజంగా ఆనందం కలిగింది. సినిమాలు చాలా దానికోసం కుదిరినంత వరకు సినిమాలు చేస్తాను. నాకు కాబట్టి ఒకసారి బాధ్యతలు ఎక్కువైపోయినప్పుడు మటుకు కొంతకాలం సినిమా దూరం ఉండాల్సి వస్తే, అంతేగాని సినిమాలు అంటే ఇష్టం అయితే లేదు. సినిమా అంటే చాలా ఇష్టం. సినిమా అంటే చాలా తనలో డబ్బు కూడా వస్తుంది. అంటే నేను ఎందుకు పాలిటిక్స్ చేయగలను అంటే నాకు డబ్బులు అవసరం కానీ డబ్బులు నమ్మకాలు లేదు. డబ్బులు సంపాదించాలి, డబ్బులు సంపాదించాలి, చాలా పనులు ఉంది. కాకపోతే భగవంతుడు నాకు ఇచ్చిన సినిమా కాబట్టి సినిమా ప్రొడ్యూస్ చేస్తాను, ఇంకో కోసం డబ్బులు సంపాదిస్తాను. కానీ నాకు చాలా మంది రకరకాలుగా మాకు డొనేషన్స్ ఇస్తాం అంటే నేను ఎందుకు దాన్ని ముందుకు తీసుకెళ్ళాలంటే నాకు చాలా బాధ్యత. మీరు ఎంతో నమ్మకంతో నాకు ఇస్తారు, ఎంతో నమ్మకంతో నాకు ఎవరైనా ఇచ్చినప్పుడు అది ఇంటెండెడ్ పర్పస్, అది ఏ లక్ష్యం అంటే ఏ అవసరాన్ని ఇచ్చారు, దేనికోసం ఇచ్చారు దాన్ని ఉన్నప్పుడు అది నాకు చాలా బాధ కలిగిస్తే ఆ పాప నేను చేయలేదు, నిద్ర పట్టుకున్నాను. అందుకని నేను డబ్బులు తీసుకుంటే చాలాసార్లు ఆలోచిస్తాను. సాధ్యమైన కాదు, నేను నా సొంత డబ్బులు పెట్టుకుని చేస్తాను. అది కూడా చేస్తాను. పొలిటికల్ ప్రాసెస్లో డబ్బులు అవసరం అవుతుంది. కానీ దాన్ని ట్రాన్స్పరెన్సీ ఉన్న రోజునే, పారదర్శకత ఉన్న రోజునే నేను దాన్ని అందరికీ తెలియాలి. ఒక రూపాయి నా దగ్గరికి వచ్చినప్పుడు ఆ రూపాయి ఎలా వెళ్తుందో తెలియాలి, ఎక్కడ ఖర్చు అవుతుందో తెలియాలి. కానీ అది తీసుకెళ్ళి వ్యక్తిగతంగా ఎవరు వాడుకున్నా కానీ దాన్ని కఠినంగా చూడాల్సి వస్తుంది, ఇంక్లూడింగ్ ఆఫీసర్. అందుకే అలాంటి సిస్టమ్ 20 రోజులు నేను దాన్ని నిర్వహిస్తాను. అలా ఇందాక రైతుల గురించి మాట్లాడుతాను. నేను స్పెషల్ స్టేజెస్ గురించి, స్పెషల్ కేటగిరీస్ గురించి నా బాధ, కోపం, అసహనం ఏంటంటే రాజకీయ నాయకులు ఎలక్షన్స్కి వచ్చినప్పుడేమో చాలా సింపుల్ లాంగ్వేజ్ రాజకీయాల్లో చూసినప్పుడు ఆ పార్టీ మీరు ఓటు వేయండి అనుకున్నప్పుడు చాలా సింపుల్ భాష ఉంటుంది, నాకంటే అర్థమయ్యే భాష. మీకు ఇస్తాం, మీకేమో మీ ఊరికి వెళ్తేస్తాం, మీకు మీ ఏరియాకి వెళ్తేస్తాం, మీ ఏరియాకి రైల్వే లైన్ వేస్తాం, మీ ఏరియాకి ఉద్యోగాలు వస్తాయి. మళ్ళీ ఎలక్షన్స్కి వచ్చేసి గెలిచాక మీరు అడగండి, మొత్తం డేటా అండ్ స్టాటిస్టిక్స్ సహా చెప్తారు. నాకు అర్థం లేదు. మీరు అడిగి మేము ఓట్లు అడిగినప్పుడే నాకు చాలా అర్థమయ్యే భాషలో చెప్పారు కదా. మరి మా సమస్యలు మీరు మా ఏ ఇష్యూతో సాల్వ్ చేస్తున్నారు వాటి గురించి అడిగినప్పుడు మాకు ఎందుకంటే డేటా అండ్ స్టాటిస్టిక్స్ మీరు అర్థం పెట్టండి. ఓట్లకి చాలా సింపుల్ భాషలో వచ్చేవాళ్ళు డేటా అండ్ స్టాటిస్టిక్స్ మార్క్ ఇస్తున్నారంటే వాళ్ళు అబద్ధాలు చెప్తున్నారు. అధికారం అనేది అంతిమ లక్ష్యం కాదు, ప్రజా సమస్యల గురించి పరిష్కారమే అంతిమ లక్ష్యం అవ్వాలి తప్ప అది అధికారం ఉండొచ్చు ఉండకపోవచ్చు. కానీ ఒక పొలిటికల్ పార్టీని ఎస్టాబ్లిష్ చేసినప్పుడు అది నేను సాధించేది ఏమనుకుంటానంటే వీ హ్యావ్ టు అడ్రస్ ది ఇష్యూ. సమస్యల్ని ఎట్లా పరిష్కరించాలి. ఎన్నిసార్లు అధికారులు కూర్చున్నట్టు నేను నమ్మలేదు. నీకు ఒక బలమైన భావజాలం ఉండాలి. ఎందుకు నువ్వు పని చేస్తున్నావు, నువ్వు ఎందుకు రాజకీయాల్లో ఉంటున్నావు, నువ్వు దేనికోసం నిలబడగలవు, దేనికోసం నిలబడగలవు. ఈ భావజాలం నీలో లేనప్పుడు నువ్వు రాజకీయాల్లో ఉండటం కోసం. అందుకని నన్ను నేను ఒక 20 సినిమా అందరికీ నేను సినిమా నుంచి వచ్చాను, పాలిటిక్స్కి వచ్చాను అనుకున్నప్పుడు నేను 20 సంవత్సరాలు నేను ట్రైన్ చేసుకున్నాను. అసలు ముందు నేను నిలబడగలనా, నేను కష్టాలు తట్టుకోగలనా, నాకు డబ్బులు లేకపోతే నేను ఉండగలనా, తట్టుకోగలను. ఇవన్నీ నేను టెస్ట్ చేసుకున్న తర్వాతే, పరీక్షలు పెట్టుకున్న తర్వాతే నాకు నేను పర్మిషన్ ఇచ్చుకున్నాను. నువ్వు ఎలా రాజకీయాల్లోకి దెబ్బలు తిన్నా కానీ నిలబడతా ఉన్న నమ్మకం నాని నాకు వచ్చిన రాజకీయం. జనసేన అంతిమ లక్ష్యం అధికారం కాదు. జనసేన అంతిమ లక్ష్యం ప్రజా శ్రేయస్సు. అంతిమ లక్ష్యం అధికారం కాదు. జరిగితే జరుగుతుంది, జరుగుతుంది జరుగుతుంది. అంతిమ లక్ష్యం అధికారం. అలాగే నేను నుంచి కాంట్రిబ్యూషన్ కోరుకున్నాను. జనసేనకి మీ ఆలోచన కావాలి. నాకు మీలో నుంచి బలమైన నాయకత్వం కావాలి. మీలో నుంచి కమిటెడ్ యంగ్ లీడర్షిప్ కావాలి. ఎంతసేపు అందరూ చెప్తారు దేశంలో చాలా యూత్ లీడర్షిప్ అంటే. యూత్ లీడర్షిప్ అంటే ఎవరు? వీళ్ళందరూ ఆ రాజకీయ నాయకుల పిల్లలు, వాళ్ళ పిల్లలు, వీళ్ళ పిల్లలే తప్ప వీళ్ళు మిగతా వాళ్ళందరూ యూత్ కాదు. వీళ్ళందరూ యూత్ కాదు. వాళ్ళకి యూత్ ఎవరంటే వాళ్ళ పిల్లలు, వాళ్ళ పిల్లలు, వాళ్ళ మనవాళ్ళు యూత్ అంటారు. మిగతా వాళ్ళని యూత్ కాదు. అది మారాలి మన దేశంలో. అది మారాలి అంటే దాని ముందడుగు నేను వేస్తున్నాను. ఈ రోజున నన్ను అందరూ అడుగుతున్నారు నువ్వు ఎందుకు పార్టీ ఎక్స్పాండ్ చేయలేదు. నాకు ఎక్స్పాండ్ చేయాలంటే నాకు కమిటెడ్ వ్యక్తులు కావాలి. నేను నీలాంటి కోసం మాట్లాడతాను, నిలబడు. ఇక్కడ మాట్లాడతాను, నిలబడు. చూపిస్తున్నాను. నేను పాలిటిక్స్ వచ్చినప్పుడు నేను ఏదో 6 నెలలు, సంవత్సరంలో, 2 సంవత్సరాలు కాదు. 25 years, 40 సంవత్సరాలు నమ్మి నేను నా కావాలని, నా జీవితాన్ని నేను మనసు దేశ శ్రేయస్సు కోసం, ప్రజా శ్రేయస్సు కోసం నేను పని చేయడానికి నిర్ణయించుకున్నాక నేను రాజకీయాల్లోకి వచ్చాను. అందుకని ఎన్ని కష్టాలైనా నాకు చాలా సహనం, చాలా ఓడుతుంది. దెబ్బ తీసుకుంటాను. దెబ్బ పట్టడం చేసి దెబ్బ తీసుకుంటాను. కాకపోతే అది వ్యక్తిగతంగా లేదు. నాకు ఎవరి మీద వ్యక్తిగతంగా నిజంగా నాకు ఎవరి మీద కోపం ఉండదు. కాకపోతే ప్రజలకి మీరు ప్రామిస్ చేసి మీరు మాట పట్టించుకోకుండా వెళ్ళిపోతే మాట నాకు చాలా బాగా, చాలా కోపం, చాలా అసహనం. దానికోసం నేను ఎంత స్థాయిగా పోరాటం చేయడానికి రెడీగా ఉన్నాను. అలాగే మీకు ఆఖరి మాటగా సెలవు తీసుకుంటాను. ఒకే ఒకసారి రాయకోల్ సుబ్బారావు గారికి ఏ దేశం వెళ్ళినా, ఎందుకు కాలినా పొగడడానికి మన దేశం గురించి చెప్పబోయే ముందు ఒక్కసారి మనం ఏదైతే మనకి హోస్ట్ దేశం ఉందో, ఏదైతే మనకు ఆతిథ్యం ఇచ్చిన దేశం ఉందో దాన్ని గౌరవించడం భారత సంప్రదాయం. ఇలాగ చిన్నప్పుడు నేను నేర్చుకుంది. ఫర్ మీ యాజ్ ఎ కిడ్, America was a country which gave light to the world through Thomas Alva Edison. That's the global respect I have for America. I wish peace and strength, and God bless America. And this will be my last word for tonight. ఏ తల్లి అయితే మనకి జన్మనిచ్చిందో, ఏ తల్లి అయితే మనకి ఈ రూపురేఖలు ఇచ్చిందో ఆ తల్లికి మనం బీజేపీ కొట్టుకునేలా అనుకోవాలి. అందుకని ఒకసారి ఎలుగెత్తి భారత్ మాతా కీ, భారత్ మాతా కీ, భారత్ మాతా కీ జై హింద్.